Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ahlan wa sahlan, marhaba bikum. Welcome for everybody, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. I hope you're all well and in the best of health. Hope ready for hopefully a good program this evening. And my cousin just texted me in advance. He said, please try not to cry today because you made me cry as well. So I'm going to try not to cry today. Everybody, hope you're well. Best of health, inshallah. It's just a slightly chilly. Okay, there we are. It is a very hot day today, folks. I don't know if you can hear the racket in the back. That's the fan on. I hope it's not going to irritate you. Imran Musa, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ahlan wa sahlan, marhaban bikum. Salams, Khadija Chopdat. Salams, Little Miss Extra. MashaAllah. Salams, Imran Didat, Nilofa, Imran Didat, and Rubina. Ahlan wa sahlan. Adam Sidat. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're good, everybody. MashaAllah. Idris Musa. Idris Bhai Kem Cho, how are you? Nice to see you today. At the office, had a nice chit chat. MK, give us a room tour. Why do you want a room tour for, man? Just come to the house and have a sit, inshallah. You can see the whole house then. Assalamu alaikum from Nasu. Alhamdulillah, Naima Patel Rawat. Has Yusuf woken up yet? Naima, is he still sleeping? Beauty Sense. Salam, I hope you are well. I'm well, alhamdulillah. MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Yasin Kasmani, Ahmad Ali, MashaAllah, MashaAllah. This guy called Asma just come on. I'm sure it's a guy says, Khalil, yes, hey, Asma, you're right. Dear, oh dear. Never let this one go, will you? Dear, oh dear. Oh, gosh. Are you guys okay with the fan behind me? Well, it's not, it's actually in front of me. It's not making a racket. Can you let me know if it's okay? But then I have to switch it off. Moulana, check the new Dajjal has been released. Are you talking about the movie? Are you talking about the series on Netflix? Amar Duka, how are you? Suleiman, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Did you enjoy the iftar? I don't know who this Asma is, man. I tell you, did you enjoy the iftar? The hot crust buns, yeah, they were delicious, Asma. Oh, I can't even thank you enough. Oh, Chani Mani, Behni, Chani Mani. Munib, how are you? Ahlan wa sahlan, salam from Saranda, Kilmandi, Saranda, Sia, Ainimir from Kosovo. It's fine, mashallah. Salams from Munib. Okay, the fan is fine. Salams, Moulana. I had a samosa burp in Tarabi today. What's the remedy? Try not to eat too many samosas. Sahil says, Kem Cho, Walaikum Salam, Sahil, Salma Ben, Assalamu Alaikum. MashaAllah, I will teach Saliha how to make them. Oh dear, oh dear. Gosh. Yeah, I'll bring her over. Okay. Don't you worry about that. Some people, eh? Gosh. Right, let's start in 2 minutes, inshallah. Lots of biryani left. All right. Okay, I'm going to cut the comments now in a few minutes. Hope everyone's well this evening. Yeah, Munib, everyone's well. I hope you all guys had a wonderful evening. I just want to give a quick shout out to a few people, if that's okay. I might just do that at the end. I think I'll give this shout out at the end when everybody's on. Everybody's on, inshallah. I've got to say about tomorrow. So let's quickly write this down. Okay. How are you today? I'm good. Allah shukr. Alhamdulillah. Allah shukr. It's been a good day today. It's been a warm day. It's been the hottest day of the year so far. Yeah, so I'm good. Allah shukr. Can't complain. Can't complain at all. Salams Abdul Rauf Kali, MK. I'm good. How are you? Okay, I've got everybody 2 more minutes. DJ Khalil says, Bash. What did you have for iftar? You had Halim today for iftar. Some people call it Halim, some people call it Halim, don't they? Can you explain why one puts on weight during Ramadan? Suli, I have no idea, but I've done well. I've lost. I guess you'd have to ask your brother that, Suli, why he puts in so much weight. As you can tell, I've lost quite a bit, alhamdulillah. But your brother, far from it. He's getting rounder by the days. A round figure. It's called Kalim. Really? Samosa, hijab, niqab. Samosa, hijab, niqab. I need to follow the counts to start my own show. Alim, what do you mean, have I heck? Of course I have. Why are you jealous for, Bash? Just because you haven't. When I heard when you step on a stair, it says one at a time, please. Some call it khichra. Yeah, some call it khichra as well. My husband made me. Oh, that's nice of Sana. Sheikh, my cousin Asma rang from Bolton and I couldn't stop laughing. You guys are not even funny, you know that. You guys are not funny. Okay, people, let's start the show now. Let's start show today. Like, I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna try my best not to cry today. Salams, brother. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Sorry, salams, Moulana. Wa alaikum salam. Okay, people, today it's about the ladies' turn. Not in a bad way. It's about the ladies today. Okay. Nas, maybe your Halim is made like Weetabix, but our Halim is not like Weetabix. It's far better. Yes, mate. Such a big difference between Halim and Weetabix. Halim is a Guji slang and Halim is a Guji. Anyway, Iqbal Masters on from Bolton. Okay, people, let's get going. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, guys. Right. I'm going to switch off the comments now and then, inshallah, look, I'm going to talk about the rights of women today. But let me just switch it off now, man. Okay. Okay. There we are. Brilliant. Comments off now, everybody. So today, inshallah, until until 12 o'clock, I want to talk about the rights women, what they're supposed to do for the husbands and how they're supposed to be as wives. That we talked about the men yesterday. And then I want to talk about the nikah of Sayyidina Fatima to Hazrat Ali radiallahu anhu. Inshallah, you're going to love that story. You're going to love that story. But today, it's about men, relax, put your feet up, have a cup of tea. It's our day to enjoy today, yeah? We've had a lot of meetings so far, so it's not payback time, but it's let the ladies listen to it. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي ونسلم على رسوله الكريم أما بعد سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي رب زدني علما. I once again make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah gives me the tawfiq to say the right things. Allah gives the tawfiq to say the correct things. I've said it in all of my talks so far, especially when I've been talking about marriage. When I talked about husband and wife together, I said the same thing. When I talked about what husbands should try to do for their wives, I said the same thing. And today, what I'm going to say is Allah give it tawfiq to say the correct things and the right things. And I'm going to try to say everything for Quran and Hadith and Sharia, through Sharia, because I don't say anything from myself, but only what our deen and what Islam teaches us. So my mother says, I hope you will take heed and you will try to benefit from today's program. And again, like I said to the sisters yesterday, don't have a dig at your husbands. I'm going to say the same thing to the husbands. Don't say that, yeah, do you see what one of Khalil said? Yeah, you better start practicing. No. I'm not expecting you to do that. Every woman is clever enough and every woman is intelligent enough to know what she needs to do and how she needs to improve on her life, inshallah tabarak wa ta'ala. So I have to make dua to Allah, this bayan and this talk and this discussion will become very, very beneficial, inshallah tabarak wa ta'ala. My mothers and sisters, Rasulullah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam has mentioned one hadith, right, on the importance of looking after your husbands. One hadith. There's many hadith. I want to highlight one hadith, and this hadith is everything. It is absolutely tells you the importance. Our Prophet Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam said, if I was to tell anyone to do sajda before anyone, I would tell a woman to do sajda before her husband. This shows the importance of respect for the husband. This hadith shows importance. That doesn't mean a woman is a slave of a husband, right? But it's about showing respect that this is my man, this is my husband, and I need to look after him, I need to care for him, and I have to keep giving my love and attention, right? Just the way the man is responsible for the wife for giving her attention, to giving her love, giving her care, in the same way a woman should give the same care, right, to her husband. That when a husband sees his wife, he feels satisfied, he feels happy, he feels content, he feels that I've got the most amazing wife in the world, right? He doesn't need to look elsewhere. He doesn't need to look elsewhere at all. My wife is the world to me. My wife is the most wonderful woman. She has all the great attributes inside her life, right? So my sisters, first and foremost, is respect for you, for your husband. Now, we're living in an age at the time 2020, right? Where you read newspapers, we read magazines, we go on the internet, we go on the TV, and somehow it tells us, you know what? We are women today of 2020, and we can do what we want, and we can live how we want, and we can live. We don't have to do things for our husband. My mothers and sisters, one is what you're educated today, and one is the deen of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You're going to decide what you think is the right decision. right? What you think is the right education, is it what people are telling us today, or was it the deen of my Nabi Muhammad Mustafa? Let me tell you one thing. When our Nabi Sallallahu came into this dunya, he came at a time when people were burying their daughters alive. They were burying their daughters alive. That's how bad it was. There was no value for women in society. Women, I mean, can you imagine what sort of heart a person would have to bury their daughters alive, right? So what did Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam say? If somebody has 3 daughters and he looks after them, they are guaranteed Jannah. He didn't say it about sons. Remember, he didn't say it about sons. If you have 3 sons, you look after them. Daughters, Jannah. 2 daughters, Jannah. 1 daughter, Jannah. That's why there's one person, I came across a story, and his wife gave birth to, mashallah, nearly 6 to 7 daughters. 6 to 7 daughters. So his wife fell pregnant again, and in his mind and his heart, he thought to himself, if my wife gives birth to a daughter again, I'm going to give her divorce. That really, it's not up to the woman to decide what gender, is going to be born, boy or girl. It's in Allah's hands. Because he was desperate for a boy, he was desperate for a son. So that night he went to sleep, he made this intention, if my wife gives birth to a boy, I'm going to give a divorce. Sorry, to a girl, I'm going to give a divorce. So in the night he saw the day of Qiyamah has come. Day of Qiyamah has come, right? And the judgment has been passed that he's going to Jahannam. So as they were taking him to Jahannam, he came to the first door of Jahannam, and there was his one daughter to protect him. Dad, I won't let you go into Jahannam. Then he went into they took him to the second door, and his second daughter came. Third daughter came. Fourth daughter came. Fifth daughter came. Sixth daughter came. And he started thinking to himself, 7th daughter. I wish I have a 7th daughter. Because they started taking him to the 7th door of Jahannam, right? And then he realized in his heart, it was my bad intention, bad intention. My mothers and sisters, our daughters are great blessings from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Our daughters are great blessings from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? So Nabi Sallallahu came and gave you rights. The rights where nobody has ever given you. If you go back into history, in our own country, in England, if we go back to Victoria times, go back to, many years ago, I went to Shakespeare's house, right? I went to Shakespeare's house, right? Women used to be treated like dirt, right? Inheritance, you inherit your own wealth. What you earn, your husband can't touch your wealth, right? You can keep your own maiden name. Who gave you all these rights? Inheritance, keeping your own maiden name. Your husband can't touch your own earnings, touch your earnings. That's your earnings. The husband can't say, give me your money. Yes, it's nice to share responsibility. That's one thing. But the husband can't touch your money, right? Who gave you all this freedom? It's about what we need to understand today in society. What is freedom, right? What is respect and what is disrespect? One is degrading yourself, putting yourself down, and one is your own respect. You need to make your mind up on that, right? And you know what? Putting yourself out. I said it yesterday. Putting yourself out for show doesn't earn you respect. Just because a man winks at you or a man compliments you and he says nice things about it doesn't mean that you're Miss World or something like that, or you're Miss Universe, because you're not, my sister, right? A man, I said yesterday, a man will tell you nice things because for his own benefit. A man will compliment you. Islam has given you respect, and our Nabi has given you respect. That if you want your true respect, my brothers and sisters, then we have to follow the deen of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, not the time of today's where they tell you dress how you want, live how you want, you're free to do what you want. You are not free to do what you want, because a day is going to come, my sister, when you're going to go in your grave, and then the trumpet is going to be blown, and when you're going to stand before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and then Allah is going to ask you. Then none of your mates in dunya are going to come to help you. None of your friends at work who used to tell you do this and let's go out, let's do this. Forget your husband. Chill, man, relax. You don't have to look at your husband. Why do you follow culture for? You're not following culture here. This is Islam. Looking after your husband is Islam. Caring for your husband is Islam, right? Yes, we mentioned cultures yesterday when people abuse and say it's not because men are superior. We're not saying men are superior here. We're saying husband has to show his duty. Wife has to show her duty. Then that's how the family works. That's how the family system works. So the first thing, my sisters, is respect for your husband. And this is the education of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. The hadith which I mentioned, if I was to tell anyone to do sajda for anyone, I would tell the wife to do sajda before the husband. Number 2, which is so important. When we go out for weddings, my brothers and sisters, right? We dress up, right? We've got the best clothing on, we've got the best perfume on, you put the blush on, you put the lipstick on, you put the makeup on, you dress up, right? But I don't get it. I get it. You go on certain occasions you got to look smart, but who are you looking smart for? The real person is supposed to dress up is for your husband, right? If you're making yourself attractive outside for all the other men, it right? I get it if it's an old ladies function. I get it if it's an old ladies gathering, right? And you dress up brilliant, no problem at all. Nobody's gonna say no to you. But you're going out everywhere, and when you come home, no hard feelings. Yeah, what I'm gonna say next, right? You smell like a tramp, right? You stink. You know, curry kitchen clothing, biryani clothing, khichdi clothing, this clothing. You smell, right? You're not gonna make an effort in the house. And the husband, look, we're not gonna beat around the bush over here. Allah has made us in a way the man is attracted to the woman, a woman is attracted to the man. A man has desires, a woman has desires, right? When a man, he desires his wife, right? And there's nothing. Once Nabi Sallallahu said to him, if a man and woman, when they meet and they have the husband and wife relationship, they get reward for it. The Sahaba said, yeah, so why would they get reward for it? Because they're fulfilling their desire. Nabi Sallallahu said. The Sahabi said, Rasulullah Sallallahu said, that's because they get reward because if they fulfill their desire somewhere else, they will get guna for it, right? So if they're fulfilling their desire, and we're full of desires, we're human beings, like we're not angels. We have desires, we have children, we have. That's why Allah Ta'ala made Hawa for Adam alayhi salam. Allah could have left Adam alayhi salam all on his own. Allah made Hawa companionship, love, muhabbat, family, blossom, be one. This is the reason. Now, if a woman's going to say all the time, "Maru mathu duklu che my back's hurting today, mari care duklu che aje, mari art helu che aje," right? And always making excuses. Husband's going to think, you know what sort of wife have I got? Right? Obviously, the man has to be considered as well. He can't just say, "Child, let's go." I'm trying to say, let me have some water, folks. Man has to be considerate, woman has to be considerate, but you can't keep on making excuses all the time, right? Dress up for your husband, have appeal for your husband. Husband is happy with you. That's very, 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 very important. Very, very. It doesn't make sense you go out and just dress up for the whole world, but for your husband, you can't even dress up. It defeats your purpose of your marriage, right? So dressing up for your husband, right? Number 2. Number 3, respect for your in-laws. Respect for your in-laws is something very, very important, my mothers and sisters, right? Your husband's parents. They are his mom and dad. Make sure you treat them like your mom and dad. We've been over the mother-in-law and daughter-in-law issue before, so we're not going to touch on that today. Look after his parents. Look after his parents. You look after his parents, he will love you more. If you're going to say to him, I ain't going to look after your dad, I ain't going to look after your mom, you do that. Technically speaking, it is the husband's duty to look after his own parents. It is the husband's duty to look after his parents and his mother. It is not the wife's duty or responsibility. But as a wife, if we do that for a husband and we do this ihsan upon a husband, it will do absolutely wonders. It will help our marriage, right? But don't diss your mother-in-law, and don't put your husband in a situation. It's either me or your mother. It's either me or your mother. You can't do that to your husband. I want a separate house. I want to move out. You just married. Stay a year or 2 with your in-laws if you have to, and then move into a new house. When you demand, I want my own house. I need to get into my house. This creates a lot of problems, right? Then you do leave the house. It leaves a bitter taste in the mouth. It leaves a bitter taste. You got to look at your husband's finance, right? Many women are not, I'm sorry to say women, this is the absolute truth, right? You know what your husband earns, and you know your husband can't afford a house. You know your husband can't afford a 200,000-300,000 pound house, and you still say, we want to buy a house. Why are you putting pressure for? You're right. Let me tell you one thing. Council house, housing house, your own house, right? Go according to your capacity. Just because your mates bought a 2,000, 100,000 pound house, 300, somebody's living in Wixton, Mubarak to them, Mubarak to them. But look at your own capacity. Don't put pressure on your husband. Now I want an own house. I want a 3-bedroom house. It's got to have a nice lounge, a lovely garden. Add this, a lucky bandi. What's wrong with you, man? Look at your husband. He can't afford it. You want to pay mortgage all your life. Do you really want to pay mortgage all your life? Interest rates go up. You're going to be 30 years of mortgage. 30 years haram. Council house. Wallah, I've lived in a council house for so many years. I have no regrets. Small terrace house. Allahumma lakal hamdu wa lakal shukr. Right? It's not. Allahumma lakal hamdu wa lakal. You don't lose your respect if you live in a council house. You don't lose your respect if you live in a housing house. You don't lose your respect if you live in a small 1-bedroom house. Go according to your capacity. I had this message today. In fact, I spoke to one person today, and he goes, Moulana, please tell the ladies, look, we take them on holidays as much as we can. We take them to restaurants and take as much as we can, right? But they still keep on asking. They know we haven't got the money, and they know we haven't got the means, right? And then the worst bit, which I mentioned yesterday, they compare us to other people's husbands. You look at her husband, he takes her out every year. They go Dubai every single year. They go Abu Dhabi. They go Umrah. They go Hajj. They go Malaysia. They go Indonesia. What's wrong with you, woman? Right? What's wrong with you, my sister? Right? You cannot compare. MashaAllah, they're rich. They can afford to go. We can't. We go to the Lake District. We're happy with that. Go to Devon and Cornwall. Be happy with that. Go. Do not over demand. Do not put pressure on your husband. That he can't sleep at night. He's thinking, tomorrow I'll go, where am I going to get the money from? I'm going to make my wife happy. Right? Go according to your capacity. What you can afford, go accordingly. What you can afford, go accordingly. Don't go overboard. Don't just say, no, I have to. My husband has to do it for me. This will create stress on your husband. It will sometimes create the downfall of your marriage. This will create a problem in your marriage. If you're going to put pressure on your husband, right? It's not easy. Things are not cheap today. Let's go a few years ago. We used to go out to a restaurant to eat. It used to be £10 a head. What is it today? Between £15 to £20 a head. Things have become very expensive, right? You go shopping supermarket, what you bought from Asda, Tesco, Sainsbury's a few years ago, maybe 40, 50 pounds, goes to 70, 80 pounds now, right? Things have changed. You want furniture for your house. Who doesn't want a nice house? Who doesn't want lovely furniture? We all want good furniture, but go according to your capacity. Do not put a burden of, the thing is, we buy a nice car, we buy furniture, we call all the people, you look at, everyone says, mashallah, mashallah. That's it. And you think, yeah, everyone says, mashallah. But who's going to pay the bills? When the monthly bills come, the credit card, right? Interest charges. My mothers and sisters, think about it. Think about it. Do not be a burden upon your husbands. Right? Number, this is something very, very, respect for your in-laws, very, very important. Right? It started from that. Respect for your in-laws. Don't diss your in-laws. Don't be nasty to your in-laws. Don't say something about your mother-in-law. Speak nicely to your husband that, mom said this to me today. All right? How should I deal with it? Right? Maybe your husband can support you. We talked about husband needs to support the wife, but then when he supports the wife, he needs to speak nicely to his parents. He cannot shout at his parents to say, Mom, why do you say this to my wife for? Then who can my wife make you do? Right? Mom, sit her down and tell her in the best way possible. Wife, sit her down, talk to her possible as well. Sisters, another thing which is very important is do not provoke your husband. Right? I'm not being disrespectful here, but sometimes mothers and sisters, the tongue of certain women is tawbah, astaghfirullah. I've heard some women talk. My God, they can talk. My God, and I don't be nasty over here, right? Men can talk, but women are another level sometimes, right? And I'm not being sexist over here. You want to know what you say? No, I'm not being sexist, right? Like I know certain men have very bad tongues as well. Certain men are really, really bad when they talk, right? And I don't agree with that. At the same time, I don't agree with women as well who really, really can give it to their husbands. The bad language, the foul language, and they provoke the husbands. They provoke the husband, and the husband gets angry, and the husband gets very, very angry, right? And then the talaq thing comes up. Go on and say it. That's why I said when one gets angry, the other one calms down. When one gets angry, the other one calms down. It's very, very important. My sisters, your tongue is gonna. If there's anything which can take us easily to Jahannam, it's the tongue. It's the tongue. Please, for Allah's sake, safeguard your tongue. Man kana yu'minu billahi wal yawmil akhir falyaqul khayran aw liyasmut. Say something. If you believe in Allah and the last day, say something good, or remain silent. Or remain silent. This is very. My brothers, when I speak to people, when I speak to men, I've seen men cry. Don't get me wrong. The woman is not the poor one all the time. Trust me. The woman is not the oppressed one all the time. There are men who are oppressed, and there are women who are really wicked as well. There are women who are really, really wicked out there as well. There are men as well who are extremely wicked. And we talked about men yesterday, but I tell you what, I have seen men cry. I've seen men come to my office in Rahmah Mercy. I've seen men come to Masjid al-Bukhari and they have cried. And when you see a man cry, it breaks you. Right? It breaks you. But my wife's like this. And my wife's like this. And my wife wants this. And she demands this. My sister, we're going to stand before Allah on the day of Qiyamah. Like I said, your friends might support you today, so-called friends. You know these women, these friend circle you have, and they provoke you. Oh, can you tell your husband this? Sort him out, do this, and don't listen to what he says. Those friends are not real friends, right? They're not real friends, right? Real friends who give you real support and real guidance through the teachings of Allah and Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. I'll say it again, through the teachings of Allah and Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So my sisters, please, the tongue is very, very important, how you control it. Number 5, my sisters, you're not always right. You do know that, don't you? You do know that you're not always right. This is actually, women are always right. No, you're not always right. Sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong. The men are right and the men are wrong. We all make mistakes. I make mistakes. You make mistakes. So get it out of our system that, you know what, I'm always right, because we're not always right. The other thing is that, you know, when you have an issue with each other, right? Just be straightforward and say what the issue is. So if you're upset with the husband, rather than leaving him confused.com, say to him, you've upset me by doing this. Because you know what, sometimes the husbands don't know what they've done. They don't know what they've done. Just be straightforward. Just be straightforward and say, you've done this, you've upset me, and why did you do this? Instead of leaving him in suspense. It's like a murder case. It's like a mystery. The guys have to solve the mystery, pull the pieces together, and think, what did I do today? Right? Let me say in the morning, I woke up today, I did smile at her. I woke up today, I did wash the dishes. I get it, and you're still confused, man. So just say it straight what the problem is. It can be resolved straight away, rather than the wife's not talking to the husband. She's sitting in one corner of the room, and the guy's thinking, what have I done? Hello, what have I done? In short, my sisters, time's running out. Is let's just talk to each other, and whatever the issue is, talk it over rather than letting it build it, right? The next thing I'm going to mention is something like the ungratefulness of women. The ungratefulness, and this is the hadith of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam mentioned. Lack of gratitude. Lack of gratitude. Right? You can give a woman the world, and then one day she'll turn around and say, you know what? You haven't done anything for us. The guys are spent. The guys has taken you for Umrah a few weeks ago. He's just taken you on a holiday a few months ago. He just decorated the house. He bought you a new house. He bought you a car. He did this for you. What have you done for me? And these are the words of Hadith of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam as well. Right? The ungratefulness of women, right? When they don't show gratitude, my sisters. La in shakartum la azidannakum. If you thank Allah, Allah's going to give you more. Allah will give you more. So how about a bit of gratitude will go a long way? How about gratitude will go a long, long way, inshallah ta'ala. Right? I mentioned this before. Don't compare other marriages. Don't compare your marriage to your sister's marriage, or this person's marriage, or that person's marriage. Look at your own marriage. Every marriage is different. Every husband is different, and every wife is different. Every person is different. So don't compare marriages. That is the worst thing you can do, is compare. Right? It's like comparing your children. You know, when you, and it's a shame I haven't got time. I want to do a bayan on children, really, where sometimes we say to our son and daughter, look at your brother, he was so well. Look at your sister, she did so well in school. The fingers, they're not the same. Fingers, they're not the same. In the same, our kids are not the same. In the same way, marriages are not the same. Every marriage is different. Let's not compare. Compare to the life of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, if you want to. This is the next bit. Some people might scratch their heads on this one. No hitting the husband. Right? You get violent men, right? You get men who are a bit crazy who hit their wives, right? But sometimes you get women who are equally crazy as well who hit their husbands. They get the wailings out and boom, 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 the husband, right? But that's a joke. But seriously, some women are violent. They can give masala dosa big time. They can give masala dosa big time. They can give it, man. So sisters, please put on the boxing gloves, put them away. Try not to hit your head. Because you get some of each other who are very weak as well, right? They're very kamzor. And you get some who, mashallah, who are pretty strong, right? They got the power of the fist, man. They can give a few punches as well now and then, right? So my sisters, do not ever hit your husbands. I hope that doesn't happen, man. Oh dear. We're just coming to the last few points now. Don't demand too much, my sisters. Simplicity is brilliant. Simplicity is brilliant. I'll say it again. Simplicity is brilliant. Stick to simplicity, inshallah, right? and Allah will give you barakah. After, at the most, and one thing I want to say to both husband and wife today, after every namaz, please make dua for each other, right? I'm going to ask you tonight, after when I let the comments come in, how many actually have you, how many of you have actually prayed Qul Huwallahu Ahad, Qul Rabbil Falaq, Qul Rabbil Nas at night? Have you done that and blown on each other? I hope you have. I want to hear from that in a minute, inshallah. And last thing which I want to say to my sisters is, don't use Islam when you want to use Islam. But in Islam, Prophet ﷺ always used to help his wife, a woman, yeah? Prophet, when she wants something to go her way, Prophet ﷺ always used to help his wife. Okay. And what about the other way around? The wives of Nabi ﷺ always used to help Nabi ﷺ. They were very good towards him as well. So when you want something, you should learn from our Prophet, right? Okay. Then also, my sister, when the man uses Islam as well, right? Let's not pick and choose a little bit of Islam where it suits us. Let's choose Islam. Enter into the whole of Islam. Not bits and bobs from here for our own benefit, right? I'm not going to cook today because I've heard in a bayan that ladies don't have to cook, right? One example. I've heard in a bayan by a Moulana in this masjid. Sorry, I sound like I'm trying to imitate here. But yeah, I've heard in a bayan, I don't have to cook. So you know what? I'm not going to cook for you today. It's not my responsibility. Okay. Then a husband will say, you know what? I've also heard in a bayan that a man can get married again. And tell me what's going to happen in the house now. It's going to cause... just tell the husband, you know, today I'm really tired. Can you please give me a hand? I'd really be really, really grateful, brother. Simple as that. Don't do this magaj mari. I've heard in the masjid that there's a Moulana said, it's true, it's not. But did we ever learn in the life of Nabi Sallallahu that any of the wives said to Nabi Sallallahu, Ya Rasulullah, I'm not going to cook for you? Did we hear Hazrat Fatima ever say to Hazrat Ali, I'm not going to cook for you? Never. She used to work so hard, day and night, Hazrat Fatima radiallahu anha. Right? Never did the wives complain. Hazrat Ali never had an income. Hazrat Ali never had an income, nothing in the house. But she never went to Nabi Sallallahu and said, Ali doesn't have an income. Ya Rasulullah, it's not fair. Ali's out all day long. I'm working in the house all day long. Ya Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, my father, tell Ali to. No, never. Right? The problem is, men and women, we use Islam when we want to. We use it for our own advantage, and that's where it's wrong. That is where it's wrong, my brothers and sisters, brothers and sisters. I hope, I can't believe I've said it. It's already been 25 minutes. Allah Ta'ala give me and you the tawfiq to practice on what has been said. Right? These I've covered. There's so much more you can talk about, but whatever I've said today, Allah Ta'ala gives the tawfiq to practice upon it. The things which are men and duties of men and women, duties of just husband, duties of just wives, please for Allah's sake, if we want our marriage to work, right, then follow the guidelines of our Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Follow the guidelines of our Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Times will come, fashions will come, trends will come and go, right? But the sunnah is there, and there's barakah in the sunnah. Bring barakah, bring sunnah, bring taqwa, bring Allah, and your marriage will blossom. Inshallah, your marriage will blossom, inshallah. You'll be companions, you'll be friends, you'll be mates, and you will enjoy each other's company. Rather than thinking, when the guy's thinking that I'm going to go home today, communicate what mood she's going to be in today. Is she going to smile? The best thing is when the women call you, get out of the do this, bring that, bring this. Somebody's saying Instagram is crashing. Oh dear. Let me get the comments on 1 second. Sorry, I have been told Instagram is crashing, so I'm going to check, is this true? Then I need to restart it from here. Is Instagram crashing? Oh dear. Oh dear. Is Instagram crashing? Is Instagram crashing? It's fine. No. It's working fine. False alarm, man. Okay, I'm going to switch the comments off again now. It's fine. Nothing wrong with Insta. Thank goodness. I got what I said, all this effort of saying all lovely things about the sisters. And I'm going to get okay. I'm going to switch the comments off, guys. Jazakallah khair. Thank you. Couple of, it's okay now. All right, brilliant. All right, boom, off we go. Start again. I go, what did I say? All these lovely words I said to my mother and sisters, and it isn't working. Okay, we got a few minutes to go, guys. I want to do the nikah of Hazrat Fatima radiallahu and Hazrat Ali radiallahu. A lot of lessons to be done here, right? A lot of lessons. I'm going to try and finish this by 20 past if I can, and we'll have 10 minutes just for ourselves, inshallah. Hazrat Fatima radiallahu anha was the youngest daughter of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the youngest daughter of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So Hazrat Abu Bakr, he thought, I would like to get married to Hazrat Fatima. So he proposed. Prophet sallallahu stayed silent. Hazrat Umar proposed. Nabi sallallahu stayed silent. Right? So Abdul Rahman bin Auf radiallahu anhu told Hazrat Ali, Ali, why don't you propose? He said, no, man, I can't propose. He said, no, you propose. So Hazrat Ali went in the masjid. Right? The Sahaba stood outside the masjid. Ali, go on, go to Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, ask him. You're interested in marrying Hazrat Fatima radiallahu anha. So on the mashwar of Abdul Rahman bin Auf, he went inside the masjid. But when he saw the awe of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he stayed silent. Ali, you come to ask for something. But he couldn't speak. Hazrat Ali couldn't speak. Ali couldn't speak, right? But Nabi sallallahu understood. Ali, you've come to ask for Fatima. You've come to ask for Fatima. Yes. Nabi sallallahu said, Inshallah. Inshallah. Sahaba waiting outside the masjid, really anxious, what's going to happen, right? So Hazrat Ali comes out of the masjid. He goes, I told you I shouldn't have gone. I've been rejected. It's declined. What did Nabi sallallahu say to you? He said, Inshallah. So Hazrat Abdul Rahman bin Auf said to him, Ali, Inshallah means yes. Inshallah means yes. What did Nabi sallallahu do? He went to his house, Hazrat Fatima's house. He goes, Fatima, got a proposal for you. Ali's asked for your hand. Radiallahu ta'ala anhu. Are you happy, my daughter? Listen, Nabi sallallahu didn't have to ask Fatima, right? Ali, right, was a great Sahabi, radiallahu ta'ala anhu, right? Fatima, but he wanted his daughter's consent. He wanted her. This is a lesson in our culture. We cannot fix our daughters up just because she's a chacha's son or mama's son or somebody's son. No, we all have to marry. It's our daughter's choice. Nabi sallallahu asked Hazrat Fatima, Ali is asking, are you happy? She said, Ji, Nabi sallallahu. Then Nabi sallallahu went in the masjid. He called Ali, come here. Hazrat Ali went back to the masjid. Ali, gather everybody, gather everyone. So Sayyidina Ali radiallahu anhu gathered everybody in the masjid. And then he said, Nabi sallallahu gave a khutbah. And he goes, I give my daughter to Ali radiallahu anhu for 400 dirhams meher. 400 dirhams meher. Now today, I'll have to check, it's maybe around 700 pounds worth, roughly, 700, 800. I think between 6, 7, 8, I can't remember exactly. I should have checked it today, but I forgot. So that's the price of it today, right? So that was the meher fix, right? Then Nabi sallallahu, what did he do? He was so happy. Honey water. Nabi sallallahu gave honey water to the Sahabas there. In happiness of Sayyidina Ali and Sayyidina Fatima radiallahu anha being, the nikah being done. Hazrat Ali went into sajda. Rabbi awzi'ni an ashkura ni'mataka allati. He made the Quran ayat, right? And at the end of the ayat, Nabi sallallahu said, Ameen, Ameen, right? Then, so this was the nikah. Now the rukhsati wasn't done straight away. According to some narrations, 6 months, some narrations 1 year. So Hazrat Fatima didn't move into the house of Ali straight away. After 6 months, so one day his brother, his name was Aqil, Hazrat Ali's brother was named Aqil. He said to Ali, it's been some time and don't you think you should bring Fatima to your house? Hazrat Ali had a very small little house, small, very, very, very small. He wasn't rich at all. They had basic things in his house, basic things in his house. So he goes, yes, let's bring Fatima. So they went to Hazrat Salman Farsi. Hazrat Salman Farsi had a lot of status, position in the eyes of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But Salman, can you speak to Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam? We want to bring Fatima now. The nikah's been done quite a bit of time. As like I said, 6 months or 1 year had passed. Can you bring Fatima into our home? He went to Salma radiallahu ta'ala anha, the wife of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, right? She then spoke to Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. She goes, of course. Nabi says, of course they can take Fatima, right? Then this is so beautiful. Allahu Akbar. He says, make my Fatima a bride. Make my Fatima a bride. Then he told Hazrat Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha and one other Sahabiya radiallahu, he goes, dress my Aisha, dress my Fatima, dress my Fatima. Right. When I was reading this story, it brought tears to my eyes and I thought, wow, what a lovely father, Nabi Sallallahu, and what a lovely daughter, Sayyidina Fatima, his most beloved daughter, his most beloved daughter. It's quite sweet. I really like this story. It's a very touching story. Sorry if I start, a few tears come out again, right? So, Allahu Akbar. Then anyway, they dressed her up, or whatever, how they dressed her up, whatever makeup there was at the time, Allah Ta'ala knows best, but they made it like a beautiful bride, right? Then Hazrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he went with a camel, went to the house of Hazrat Aisha, Fatima radiallahu ta'ala anha. Nabi Sallallahu, then he got Hazrat Ali and Hazrat Fatima to radiallahu together, and he read the last two surahs. Qul a'udhu rabbil falaq, Qul a'udhu bi rabbin nas, right? And he got some water, he blew on the water, he sprinkled on it like a glass of water, he blew in it, a little bit of saliva in it, and then he got his hand and bit of on Hazrat Fatima's chest and shoulders and on the chest, shoulders and back. And then he said, drink the remaining water. Drink the remaining water. Right? This is what Nabi Sallallahu did. I want you to listen to this very, very carefully. Then he said, okay, Ali, take Fatima. But he said, wait for me after Isha. Right? Wait for me after Isha. Wait for me after Isha. Right? After Isha, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam went to the house of Hazrat Fatima radiallahu ta'ala anha and Hazrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala. Right? And he did the same thing. He got water. He prayed in it. Qul a'udhu bil falaq, Qul a'udhu rabbin nas. And I want you as fathers and mothers remember this, that when your son and daughter together do this, say that this is a sunnah of Sayyidina Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He got the water. Again, he sprinkled it on the chest, shoulders and back. Remember this. Chest, shoulders and back. Chest, shoulders and back. The two surahs, Qul a'udhu bil falaq and Qul a'udhu bi rabbin nas. He did this, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, right? And then he made dua for them. He made dua for them. Then the next day or sometime later, the walima, I'm trying to remember, was it the next day or whenever it was, the walima for Sayyidina Ali radiallahu anhu. Walima. This is an amazing walima. And Hazrat Ali, like I said, he was poor. He didn't have much food. Ali, do you have anything? I said, yeah, I don't have anything. So there was a Sahabi called Sa'ad bin Abi Waqqas radiallahu ta'ala anhu. He had a sheep. Right? So Hazrat says, Ya Rasulullah, I've got a sheep. We'll sacrifice a sheep for the walima. Nabi said, okay, got very happy. Nabi says, right? Got the sheep, sacrifice a sheep. Nabi says, sat on the deg himself. Nabi says, sat on the deg himself. You know the deg you dish out. Nabi says, sat on the pot himself. But before that, Nabi says, told Ali, go to the market, get 5 dirhams worth of khajur, 1 dirham worth of ghee, and 3 dirhams worth of honey. 3 dirhams worth of honey, 1 dirham of ghee, 5 dirhams of khajur, right? And bring them. And then Nabi Sallallahu made a sweet dish himself from Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. The sweet dish was from Prophet Sallallahu for his beloved daughter Sayyidina Fatima radiallahu ta'ala, right? And then Nabi Sallallahu said, this walima is an open invitation for the whole of Medina. This is for my daughter Fatima. I said previously as well, but you can call the whole of Leicester if you want to, as long as there's no khurafat, as long as there's no mixing, as long as it's all going on. Allah, you can call 50, call 50, call 100, call 100, call 1,000, call 1,000. Men separate, women separate, right? So Masjid al-Nabawi was one big hall. Inside this hall happened in Masjid al-Nabawi. So Nabi Sallam called a Sahaba, and Nabi Sallam dishing out, serving and serving and serving and serving and serving. Subhanallah. The whole of Medina was fed. The whole of Medina was fed. And the pot was full and full till the very end. It had one of the miracles of Rasulullah. One of the miracles of Nabi Sallallahu, right? My brothers and sisters, this is the story of Sayyidina Fatima radiallahu ta'ala anha and Hazrat Ali radiallahu. I find it's a very sweet story, a very loving story, a beautiful story. Honestly, it's so simple, right? It's so simple, so fantastic, so amazing, my brothers and sisters. So there you are. We've done everything about marriage now. Allah Ta'ala make us good people. Allah Ta'ala give us taqwa. Allah give us happiness in our marriages for every single brother and sister. The boys and girls who are going to get married, may Allah may give them suitable partners. Allah give them the best of dunya, the best of akhirah, inshallah, tabarak wa ta'ala. I am now going to take the turn the commenting on, inshallah, tabarak wa ta'ala. So I hope you all enjoyed that. I hope Instagram was working, because I saw it go up to 260, 270, and then it went down back to 220, 230. Then I was watching it anyway, but alhamdulillah. So we've done everything. I hope it's been very, very beneficial. I hope you've learned a lot, and it's been good. I want to give a little shout out. Okay, I'll give a shout out in a few minutes, inshallah. Salams, what a beautiful story. So walima can happen after rukhsati. Walima is supposed to happen after rukhsati, Khadija. It's not supposed to happen. Fantastic when MK, Moulana K. That was so lovely to hear. It's nice. First time I've ever heard that amazing story. It brought tears to my eyes. Yeah. When I read that story, when I was reading it today, and I thought, what a lovely father was Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and what a beautiful daughter was Fatima, and what a lovely son-in-law, as I say, that Ali radiallahu anhu. Imran Musa Marubbai, I hope it was worth the wait, bro. Inshallah. Must be the iPhones crashing. MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Salam. Brilliant bayan on my Jazakallah khair. My brothers and sisters, I hope no sisters have taken anything bad. And I hope none of you brothers have taken anything bad. I try to be as neutral as I can. I've tried to make the points across as much as I could, inshallah. I missed the story of the half of the talk. Well, it's going to be saved anyway, inshallah. You can always watch it afterwards. You can always watch it afterwards, inshallah. Tabarak wa ta'ala. I'd like to welcome all the new members and old members. A lot of new people joining every single day. Thank you so much for joining. And you know, one thing I've noticed today, mashallah, which I'm so proud of. I'm really, really happy today. And it's really made my day so far, right? Is, mashallah, a lot of people, a lot of sisters who heard last night's talk, mashallah, have actually removed their photos from their profile. I am so happy for that. I am so happy for that. It's actually made my day. It's actually made my day. Because I know some people who had the profiles, but subhanallah, I'm so happy. My sisters, I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you. Those sisters who haven't, I hope in the near future you will also take off your profile photos, inshallah, for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Like I said, if you want to reveal your photos, have your private account where only to your friends where you can share photos, that's fine. But right, I want to give a mention to Idris Bhai Musa. Idris Bhai Musa, he came to the office today. Idris Bhai, you know what? And his daughters used to come to Masjid al-Bukhari, and they really, really enjoyed the program, and his wife. So a big shout out to all of you. A big shout out to all of you. Salams. Any way to catch up on the previous bayans? Yeah, it's going to be on my Instagram, on my Instagram page, inshallah. Maybe consider sort of the Prophet's and his wives. That would be beautiful too. Just wanted to know that Ali Rana was a Fatima uncle. So was he? What is the ruling regarding today? Is it permissible to marry your father's cousin? Yes, you can marry. He was a Chacha's son. Chacha's son. Do you have YouTube channel where you upload? This is only I've loaded it on YouTube today. Right. I've loaded it on YouTube today. This will be loaded, and the yesterday's one will be loaded. The rest of them are on my own page on Instagram. What was I going to say? So Idris Bhai Musa, Jazakallah to the family. I know you bought some lovely cookies. I was supposed to show them today, but I actually left them at the Rahma office. So I'll bring them tomorrow, inshallah. I'll bring them tomorrow. Today, I received such a lovely message. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you so much knowledge, mashallah. May Allah reward you immensely. I mean, it's not to be listened to your talk. Thank you very much, Aisha Bibi. Nosheen, Jazakallah khair. May Allah reward you for your efforts. I mean, I received one of the most touching messages today, really. This was just before Maghrib Namaz. One brother or sister texted me today, and they said to me that in their life they've never cried in dua. In their life they've never cried in dua. But because after yesterday they cried. And that I thought that was so nice, right? Right. Please, can you repeat? I'll find out which surah that is, inshallah. Raisa will be working with Moulana Khalil to get videos loaded throughout the year, inshallah. Right. So yeah, this person said, I've never ever cried. I've tried for such a long time to cry in my duas, but I've never cried. But after yesterday, the person cried. And I felt so happy for them. I felt so happy for them. Allah Ta'ala soften our hearts and then we cry before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the third message I want to give a shout out to is for a sister who's got some pretty sweet endings. Her Insta page is pretty sweet endings. Pretty sweet endings. MashaAllah, she sells really good bakery stuff. She bakes at home. Lovely, lovely stuff she cooks. So if you can give her a support, inshallah ta'ala. It's called Pretty Sweet Endings. Pretty Sweet Endings. Do you have any other book recommendations for stories like this? Have loved continuing listening to your talks. So I'm not in Leicester anymore, says Raisa Sheikh. I mentioned earlier there's a kitab called The Sayings, Siratul Mustafa. Siratul Mustafa. It's a fantastic kitab. It's just the fan on LOL on the background noise. Yes, it is the fan. It's really, really hot today. The fan is on today. Jazakallah khair. Pretty Sweet Endings. That's the one. Pretty Sweet Endings. Go on her Insta page, inshallah. Whatever support you can give our sister, inshallah, that'd be great. Yes, I've been giving shout outs all month. I've been giving shout outs all month. I said to anybody got a little business, right? You know what? Why not support them? The Life of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam from Island Establishment is a really good book. Jazakallah khair. Yay. Now, tomorrow, I've got good news for everyone. Tomorrow is going to be a light-hearted day. Tomorrow, it's going to be, I think we've had some heavy-duty days. We've had Monday heavy duty. We've had Tuesday heavy duty. Tomorrow, let's make it a bit light-hearted tomorrow. And obviously, we're going to end it with a Durood Sharif. Now, the funny thing is, my brothers and sisters, it looks like we've only got 2 days of Ramadan to go. Thursday and Friday, right? Thursday and Friday, right? Tomorrow night could be Allah's Taraweeh. Although I'm making dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we have Saturday, one more. What topi are you going to do? What topic? Oh, we said topi. Tomorrow is going to be a light-hearted session, and they're going to end it with Durood Sharif, inshallah. I think we've had heavy duties. You're such a inspiration. May Allah subhanahu reward your efforts. Ameen. Jazakallah khair. Jinn stories tomorrow. No, it'll be Islamic. Remember, it's the 29th night. So it's a very big night. Don't forget, it's the 29th night. Great listening to you, Moulana, my favorite Moulana from back in the days. Jazakallah Fahima. Yes, I remember you in Madrasa as well. Right. Moulana, not look his topi off in a while. Yeah, I know. So yeah, tomorrow, light-hearted stuff, inshallah. And then we're going to do Durood Sharif, inshallah. And then Friday could be our last Facebook and Instagram get-together for Ramadan, right? And then we need to discuss. On Friday, I want to do, can I ask you for Friday to maybe consider your highlight of Ramadan and what you've learned from these shows, right? I would love that. Your highlights and what you've learned and what you're going to take from these shows and what things are going to continue after Ramadan. Moulana, so many stories you've missed out on. Book the story. I know I've did this. Maybe I could talk about Kosovo and Albania tomorrow, like this. Salams, Moulana, how's Uncle Moti? Uncle Moti is, mashallah, he's doing well. I spoke to him today. He was telling me how he misses his dad. He went to his dad's house today. He misses his dad. It's not easy. He spent a lot of time with his father. He does miss his dad. Allah make it easy for him. You were supposed to tell stories about us, about you, Moulana. I think you should do a nasheed. Do a nasheed for us, please. Are you still going to do a live after Ramadan? Yes. I will do live after Ramadan, but obviously not every single day. I am thinking maybe Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday, 3 days a week. Sunday, Tuesday, but nothing confirmed yet. I'll sort it out. Please, can you do regular shows after Ramadan like you were before? Before Ramadan, because of the COVID-19, I did it every single day. I missed the days from Sabras when every Friday after Taraweeh you used to do 1 hour bayans. Please continue these sessions. Yes, inshallah. Shakil, well done, you're here. Can you do a live with Sheikh Riyadh al-Haq? Sheikh Riyadh al-Haq's a tough man to get, but I can ask him. I'm not sure if he's an Insta person though. Jazakallah khair, Sheikh, for giving me a support over the phone. Alhamdulillah, keep my father in your du'as. We'll do Mr. Moti. We'll definitely keep your fathers in your du'as, inshallah. Iqbal Bhai on radio was the best. Iqbal Bhai, yeah. There was this, how many minutes have I got? I might as well tell you one story of Kosovo. Iqbal Bhai Masters always wanted me to say this story. So this is Iqbal Bhai saying, Moulana, why do you say a story about yourself? So here's the story. What will you be having for Eid dinner? Is it still COVID MK? Yeah, Ameen. I'm not sure. I think we're gonna have a barbecue, Munira. I think we might just have a barbecue. The weather, I think, is looking good for Eid day. Uncle Iqbal with the request show. Iqbal Master stories are the best. No, they're not, Zubair Moti. It's fake news, big time. Anyway, let me tell you one story. So this is a story about Albania, which is actually about me. So you want to have a laugh about me? Here it is now. We were traveling from Kosovo to Albania. As I mentioned before, it's a absolutely 16 hours journey, 16 hours up to 20 hours journey, up and up and up and down the mountains. And I've traveled there many, many times. I've traveled there. Iqbal Master is my friend from Bolton. He's been with me from day one. He's been from day one and part of the Rahman Mercy team. Anyway, so we were, so that day we were in a car and I said to the guys, let's eat. So we had ice cream and churro and biscuits and this and that and that and that. We absolutely had lots to eat. Biggest mistake of my life. And then our vehicle broke down. We hired two Mercedes Benz. Iqbal Master sat in one, I sat in one. And you can remember these mountains, what do they do? They drive very fast, and they brake, and they go round, brake, round and round, round and round, round and round. And I tell you what, after half an hour, there was Nazir Bey from Ambala. I don't know if you know Nazir Bey from Ambala, the Lebanon guy, right? I just started feeling sick. I started feeling dizzy, right? Started feeling very, very dizzy. And the next minute, I puked up, right? I puked and felt really, really sick, really, really sick, right? Oh, Allah, right? They stopped the vehicle. We drank some water, freshened up again. And the guy started again. Boom, boom, boom. And Iqbal Master, he's there in the car in front of me, waving grapes at me like this. Waving grapes at me like this. Right? I'm there dying and suffering, right? And the guy is showing me grapes, right? Like this, right? Oh gosh, Instagram has crashed. I can't hear the story. Oh gosh. Has Insta crashed? It was some Albanian geezer who was the driver. Anyway, okay, maybe it's crashing in some places. I don't know. Anyway, so we drove a bit further, and then me and Nazir Bhai, we were dying. We were dying. We puked up again. Now, me and Nazir, this is no word of a lie. We got out the car and we were lying down on the road like this, literally looking at the sky. And Nazir Bhai, Nazir Bhai goes, Moulana, kitne ghante baki hai? And we had 12 hours to go yet. 12 hours to go. I said, Nazir Bhai, we got 12 hours to go yet. 12 hours to go yet. Right. He goes, Hum yahan thir jate hain. He goes, let's just stay here somewhere. I said, Nazir Bhai, hame jana hai. And I tell you what, we didn't drink anything on the way. We didn't eat anything on the way. Me and Nazir Bhai were finished. And that friend of mine, Iqbal Master, so-called friend, right, who's supposed to be my friend, right, he's waving grapes all the way to Albania. All the way to Albania. And he found it funny. I found it funny. I don't know what the... Right, I know, Iqbal, Iqbal, maybe you should come on Instagram one day and you can say the story, all right? You're more than welcome to say the story. Allah, chalo guys. Anyway, we've only got 3 minutes to go. Listen, guys, it's a couple of nights of Ramadan Kareem. Enjoy it, make the best of it. Keep me in Medua. Khadija, I tell you, get a new phone for Eid. Moulana, did you go with Nazir uncle to Faraj in India? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Uncle Iqbal, I'll be sure to get your version. Good for your weight. Salams, Moulana. Please pass my salams to your dad and tell him that I miss him. Jump ups. Who's this from? What name should I tell my dad? Invite Uncle Iqbal to join the feed. He's not replying. Allow Iqbal by then. Maybe Al Iqbal. Anyway, people, listen, we're coming to the end of the show. I hope you, more importantly, all the stories about husband and wife and all the rules and regulations of husband and wife. Okay. Auntie's just walked in the room, as you can probably tell, right? Auntie has said to me, all those people who ordered the buns, but they order the buns. Can you pick him up after 7 o'clock from my house tomorrow? Right? Jazakallah khair. Okay. Jazakallah khair. Is that Zamir, brother Zam? Red Van. Yes, I used to help my dad on Saturdays, man, on Red Van, man. Those jumpers were delicious. Those, what were they? The churro was nice. I thought auntie came to invite us. Suhel, Budija auntie, to Leicester out of the Suhel. To the Budi, auntie's gonna smack with a villain. She's got a new rolling pin. Anyway, guys, I've only got 20 seconds to go. My program's gonna end there. Jazakallah khair for giving me company. Allah Ta'ala reward you. Keep in your special duas. please try to practice everything which has been said, and please try when you make the hajjud, when you make dua for yourself, um, make dua for me as well, inshallah. Asma, take care, look after yourself. You're such a trouble. Take care. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This guy is calling himself Asma, and he goes, "Hi Asma, hi Khalil. Did you enjoy this iftar and everything?"